All right, we are here at the dining room table looking at the book of Numbers. Also, yes, if you're watching this on video, I'm rocking my Baby Yoda shirt. Uh, now, Numbers chapter 8, verses 5 through 26, the dedication of the Levites. Now, Aaron's family had already been dedicated, and now the whole Levite tribe is going to be dedicated in place of the firstborn. Now, remember, talked about this a little bit, that when God rescued Israel, the last plague was the plague of the firstborn. All the firstborn in Egypt died, and all the firstborn of Israel were passed over. But there's still that claim. And so what God kind of does is that rather than kind of death, he claims the Levites for his own. They're mine. And so the Levites as a tribe were going to be kind of serve God in the tabernacle and then in the temple. And there's just this idea, that God is the owner. That's part of God being master, God being kind of in that covenant relationship dynamic. God is king, and Israel as a whole were his. They were all in covenant with him. The Levites and the priestly family of Aaron had a particular role within the nation, as they were going to be priests as a nation to the nations. We see here in this text, there's a mandatory retirement age. The work could be labor intensive. And so while the Levites who kind of retired, they were still there to mentor the next generation. Also remember, life expectancy at that time in history is different than it is here in North America today. And so 50 would be kind of, you'd be ready to stop hauling stuff around at that time. So here's a couple things. And these are going to come up in the next number of months in different places as we go through Numbers and then Deuteronomy, as I'm kind of preparing ahead. First is this idea of, who are you mentoring? I mean, the older priests kind of were retired, and they would then be there to serve the younger ones. We'll see this dynamic a little bit more as we go on, but just already want to plant those seeds. Doesn't matter your age. As a follower of Jesus, all you need to help someone follow Jesus, to help someone, is in a sense, be one step ahead of them. And that can be in any area. You have something to give others. If nothing else, you have the Holy Spirit, you have Jesus. Because here's the second element. We are all priests in the new covenant, all of us. Doesn't matter whether we've been following Jesus for 50 years or 50 minutes. As a follower of Jesus, we are given the Holy Spirit. We are the temple, and we are also priests, able to reflect and represent God to others. And so here's the challenge for us. How are you reflecting God today? And that's going to be as varied as there are people who are listening to this, because you're unique. God's made you unique, and he has a unique plan, purpose, a unique setting for you to reflect him. You relate to the people around you in a different way than everyone else. And so how is God looking to use that? As you consider that this morning, and I ask you prayerfully do, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you. May the Lord be gracious to you. And today would you know his peace. God bless.